Good evening. Hola. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. What is going on? I feel like that light is too bright. Let's see if I can. Trying to lower the light. I feel like the light was way too bright in my face. Good evening. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What are you guys up to? Where are you guys from? What are you guys doing? And can you guys hear me okay? You know what? I always feel like I have such a low voice. Like my natural voice is very low. I'm not naturally a yeller. Like I'm not naturally loud at all. And it's so funny because like most of the people in my family are naturally loud as fuck. Like they're really loud people. Like if my mom was here and she was in the other room and she was like talking on the phone, I would definitely hear her. Even if she was outside, because my mom is so loud. Like my family is loud as fuck, but I'm not a loud person. So whenever I speak, I feel like I'm normally speaking very low. And I know that I speak low also because sometimes when I'm in person and I'm talking to people, they're always like, they can't hear me or some shit. So I have to like kind of project my voice. So Jamie says, hello, Miss Serenity. It's snowing and sleeting in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Do you enjoy the snow? Do you like the snow? Do you like it? Jamie, what are you up to? You said no, you don't. Are you originally from there? Are you from originally from places where it's snow? Or did you just recently move somewhere where it's snow? Because I'm just trying to see, because a lot of times when people are already from that type of environment and they're used to it, you know, they don't mind it. They're like, it's whatever. Or they may not prefer it because, you know, I'm not sure who would prefer to have weather that's always cold day in and day out, snowing and shit, and you're snowed in and you have to scrape all the ice off of your windshields and you have to shovel the yard and you have to worry about driving on slippery roads. That's why I don't like places that snow, like to live at. To visit, yes. To live, no thank you. Not on a regular, constant basis every day when I want to go and run to the grocery store to get some fresh fruits and vegetables. But luckily, you know what? Luckily nowadays, hold on a second, something I wanted to see. I was going to say, luckily nowadays, you know, you can get those things delivered to your front door. That's a good thing. So Lakeisha says, good afternoon, Miss Serenity. We can hear you just fine. I am in Roanoke, Virginia, snowed in. Lakeisha, were you going to say you hate it? You hate the snow? Hold on a second. I think I have to like open up the box or something. Oh, no. So you're in Roanoke, Virginia, and you are snowed in? Oh, my goodness. That sucks. So let me ask you guys, like, when you guys get all snowed in and stuff, can you call off from work? Like, how does that work? Like, I always wondered that, like, certain jobs, like, if you work in the medical field or, like, you work somewhere that is required to be open, like, let's say that you are a dispatcher for 911 or you are a firefighter. How does that work? Like, when it's snowed in, are you still required to be at work, or do they try to make you, like, pack a bag to stay at work? Because I can't even imagine like being snowed in and you work like in a hospital, or you work like in a nursing home or a assisting living facility. Like those are places that need staff to be there. So how does that work when you get snowed in? That's what I want to know. Do they tell you like, oh, you know, because, okay, let me tell you guys, like, for an example. Here in Miami, in South Florida, we have hurricanes because, you know, every single region of the U.S. have their natural disasters. And for us, it's hurricanes. You guys know, like, during hurricane season, a storm can come through here and fuck shit up because that's just how powerful nature is. You see what I'm saying? Like, nature is extremely fucking powerful. And that's what I love about spirituality, because it ties, like, you can even see through nature how strong the energy is. Like, pretty much like in the atmosphere, even with nature, like how nature can fuck some shit up for real. It doesn't even matter if it's snow, a tornado, a hurricane, you know, things of that nature. So here, earthquake and shit. So here with the hurricanes, right? I used to work in the hospital, and I worked in the emergency room back in the days. So whenever it was hurricane season and it was like, you know, okay, there's a storm that's coming and it could be a big one, it could be a bad one. What the hospital would do is they would tell us, the staff members, to prepare for the storm by making arrangements to come and stay at the hospital. So they wanted you to come, bring a bag. Now, if you had immediate family, like such as kids and like a husband or whatever, you can actually bring them with you. And they'll give them like a room, like kind of like being in a hotel. They'll give them like a room or whatever, if that is what is needed, okay? But that is what we did during hurricanes. So they always had the staff at the hospital just in case of anything. But one thing that I liked about that is whenever there was hurricanes, the emergency room was slow as fuck, because listen, nobody is coming out of their house, and nobody is definitely coming out of their house in the middle of a hurricane to go to the hospital unless they're having a baby. That's the only thing I've ever seen people like come out in the middle of the storm when the actual storm is going on. So it was slow for us in the emergency room. So what do you guys do when it's snowed in? I know for things like earthquakes and shit. See, this is the scary part about the West Coast. With earthquakes, you don't even have warning signs with earthquakes. You know, like, they can't even tell you on the news, oh, we think that there may be an earthquake that's going to occur today between these hours. At least with storms, you can track them. Even if it's a blizzard, you can say, okay, this is what's coming. But with earthquakes, that's one natural disaster that is on a whole nother level, because there's no warning sign with the earthquake. When the ground starts fucking opening the fuck up and swallowing shit, okay? So, would you guys live on the West Coast? And if you live on the West Coast, how do you feel about earthquakes? Have you been through a bad earthquake before? I remember one year, a couple of years ago, there was an earthquake in Miami. That's the funny part about the whole situation. And I felt it. It was like by the downtown Miami area. There was an earthquake that was in Miami. And now, you know what? I'm going to go look that shit up too. I'm going to look that shit up. There was an earthquake that was in Miami, y'all. Let's see. And guys, do not forget to like and share my video also. Don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. And if you're not already following me, make sure that you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. That's what I said, TikTok. No, Twitter, TikTok, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is at Miss Serenity Oasis across all social media platforms. And if you're just coming in, hola, welcome to Miss Serenity Oasis. I am Miss Serenity, your favorite spiritual advisor, we are going to, I was going to do some tarot card readings, but I think I want to play with my dowsing rods tonight. Because you know what, guys? We haven't played with them in a while. So I'm like, I'm going to bring out my dowsing rods tonight. And we're going to do some yes or no questions and see what Spirit wants you to know by using the dowsing rods. So if you have yes or no questions, even though I'm not doing that at this very moment, but when I am, and I let you know that I am, you're going to just drop the question down below. Once I see that you have shared this video, then I will call on you, okay? Then I will call on you once I see you share this video. And also, when you share the video, you have to make it public if your page is private. If not, it's not going to show me that you shared it, and no one's going to be able to see it. So it doesn't really even count that you shared it. That's why it doesn't show me that you shared, because nobody can see it. So if you share it, make sure that you make it public so that I can see that you shared it, and I will call you for your turn, okay? Also, guys, please keep in mind, I do not do free readings in my inbox whatsoever. So if you inbox me, please understand that it is strictly about business. Either you can schedule a tarot card reading, or if you want to ask the 3 questions for $15, the 3 yes or no questions, that's absolutely fine. Just make sure that you inbox me, and we can definitely set a schedule. And be patient when you're in my inbox, because I'm usually pretty busy. Okay, let me see something. That's what I'm supposed to be looking up. I got all distracted from what I was originally doing. But let me see what you guys said. Hold on a second, because I want to know what you do in a snowstorm. Like, dead ass serious. What do you do about work when you have to be in work? So Jamie says, yes, Virginia, and I'm from Virginia. I have thyroid problem, and it makes me cold. Okay, gotcha. So you're going to be colder anyways. But still, if it's snowing, shit, we all gonna be cold. Let me tell y'all something. I think it's like in the 60s right now in Miami, and I'm fucking cold as fuck, and I have the window open. When you are it's 65 degrees here in Miami right now. It's 65 degrees, and I'm cold as fuck. Like, I'm like, where the fuck did this cold weather come from? There's like been like wind and a breeze outside. But however, I told myself I am going to enjoy this weather because we don't get it that often. So while we have it, I'm definitely gonna take advantage of the weather, and I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy this break that nature is giving to us down here, because usually it's hot as fuck. Even during the winter, we get hot days. Like, yeah. And our weather be so fucked up, because you can wake up and it'll be like 58 degrees, and then throughout the start of the day, it'll probably be like 62 degrees. Then by midday, when the sun is completely up, it'll probably be like 89, 91. This weather just be fucked up, y'all. Like, dead ass serious. This weather down here does what the fuck it wants to do, but as long as it doesn't snow, then it's all good. Nadine says, hola, Miss Serenity. Hola. So Jamie says, food, bread, milk, hamburger, clear off shelf, off work, disabled. Jamie, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm not sure if you, what you mean. Okay, so Lakeisha says, I'm not going nowhere in the snow, baby. If I die trying to get there, I can't work no ways. That's true. And you said, and I do work in healthcare. Listen, that is absolutely true, Lakeisha. That's true. Because if it's, no, seriously, that's true. Not in the middle of it. You can't go in the middle of it. But would your job expect you? Okay, so since you work in healthcare and you live in a place that snows, what does your job suggest for you to do on the days that they know it's going to snow heavy? Do they suggest for you to stay at work, or do they just say, we'll see what happens and go from there? Like, how does your job even handle that? That's what I want to know. So Jamie says stores are wiped out. And when we hear the word storm as hairstylists, you go in late or go home early day by day. Got you, got you, got you. Okay, so Jamie, you're a hairstylist. That makes sense though. You play it by ear pretty much. You play it by ear. Like if it starts off heavy, or if it's maybe like, you know, maybe the weather predicts that it's going to be a snowstorm around a certain time. So if it's going to be a little earlier in the day and it clears out, I see. But as a hairstylist also, that's another thing, because if the snowstorm is really bad, then you're not going to really have too many people come in to get their hair done. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's why, like, certain type of jobs, like for instance, a hairstylist, if I know that I live somewhere that has like bad winters where we could be snowed in a few days or whatever, listen, you have to be grinding hard throughout the year. So in the winter, you could just be able to be on chill mode if needed. You know what I mean? Like if needed to be on chill mode. Oh, excuse me, guys. My damn allergies. Okay, so Jamie says, wait for Miss Serenity's smiling face and Google the internet and Facebook, and your likes and share and should skyrocket about now. Jamie, I don't know what you mean, and I don't know why. For some odd reason, when I'm looking at you guys' comments and I try to press when it says see more to see whatever else you guys type that I'm not able to see because it's too long, it's not allowing me to see it. So you said that your likes and shares should skyrocket about now. Now, okay, hold on a second, guys. Oh, there it is. It's actually the rockets. Oh, but I don't know what you mean by that. I do not know what you mean by that. Okay, so Jamie says eating s'mores, heat marshmallows, graham crackers. Jamie, what is going on tonight? Jamie, I don't know what you're talking about. Jamie, are you taking notes or something? That, like, what's going on? Jamie, are you taking notes or something? What's going on? Because I have no clue what you're talking about. Like, I'm so serious. You said eating s'mores, heat marshmallow, graham crackers, piece of cheek for 5 seconds in the microwave. Okay, any longer ruins the s'more. Okay, is this for us to know, or are you just like copying and pasting something to save like as a note to yourself so that you can try it and you're accidentally typing it into the chat? Or do you just feel like giving tips away about what you can be doing inside of the house if you're snowed in? And Jamie says a piece of chocolate. Jamie says I don't work. Okay. You don't work? Okay, that's fine. You said you were a hairstylist in your comment earlier. You said when it's snowing, Walmart grocery store is wiped out with things like bread and milk. Okay, got you. Oh, I could imagine, because people are probably trying to stock up because they know that it's a snowstorm and they know they can't, you know, get out the house to go get those things. Janisha, hola. Hello, Janisha. It's good to see you. And don't forget to call me Miss Serenity. Jamie says we sometimes get paid by the hour or commission. But Jamie, I don't know, because you just told me you don't work. First you said you were a hairstylist and you told me what you guys do during the storm. And then you said I don't work, but maybe you mean work like a 9 to 5 where you clock in. As a hairstylist, you know, that could be different. So maybe that's what you mean. Either way, that is still work. Like, I don't clock into a 9 to 5 into anybody's job, but what I do for a living is work. Like, I tell people I'm working. I'm at work. Because it's how, you know, we pay our bills no matter what we're doing. Jamie, you got me feeling like, what is going on? Like, you are all over the place tonight. Like, what's going on for... Jamie, come join my live and tell me why you all over the place. So Sashiana says, hello, Miss Serenity. May I get a read? Yes, you can when we are down on that part. Okay, so Jamie says, we are home searching the internet. We are home on the internet. Okay, Jamie, who is we, though? Like, who is we? Is it you and your significant? Like, who is we? You and your spirit team? Like, who? Or are you saying, because I'm just trying to make this make sense to me. Like, are you saying that when you're snowed in, you just be home on the internet? Don't mind me. I had a long week. Brianna, hola. So Jamie says, Jamie, what the fuck? Okay, so Jamie says, I'm home eating. Okay, what you eating, girl? Jamie says, I'm home eating and on the internet. Okay, cool. I know you on the internet because I'm on the internet too. We both on Facebook right now. I already know that. But no, I'm just playing, Jamie. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Brianna's just laughing. Oh, Jamie says, I used to work. I no longer work when I worked. Oh, okay. Got you. Got you. Got you. Brianna, does it snow in Atlanta where you're at? I think my friend told me it was snowing today. Not heavy, but you know what? That's the type of snow that I could deal with. If it's like light like that, like certain parts of Georgia and certain parts of Alabama, they get light snow, so it's cool. It's cool to, you know, it's cool to deal with. That's about as far as I'll go. I won't go any further to go live someplace that have snow. Nah. Nope. Would you guys live on a small island that has volcanoes? Like, would you ever do that? And do not forget, guys, you have to like my page on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this video. But if you want a complimentary one-card reading, you have to share this video. And when you share the video, if your page is private, you have to make the video public so I can see that you shared it. Okay, so Brianna said it snowed for a while today, but it didn't stick where I am. It doesn't snow often in Atlanta. It's every blue moon type of thing. It snows more in North Georgia. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, certain parts of Georgia and Alabama, they get light snow, and I could deal with that kind of light snow, you know. But when we talking about full snowstorms and blizzards, I'm good. No, thank you. I'm not interested. Okay, so let's do some yes or no questions with my dowsing rods. Let me cleanse them. Let me cleanse them. Let me cleanse them. Let me cleanse them. We're going to do some yes or no questions with these rods. Actually, I'm going to use some sage. This sage was breaking all over the place. There be so much ashes that come from sage. If you don't have a bowl or a shell to keep the sage in, I would definitely, or maybe a plate. Nothing plastic. Let's use our minds, you know. Nothing that can catch on fire. But I will always recommend keeping sage inside of something you can hold it in while it's burning. And the reason, even if you're just going to be like smudging your house or something like that, because it creates a lot of fucking ashes. Oh shit, I almost dropped this shit all over my desk. Listen, I want to show you guys. It creates a whole lot of ashes. So when you're holding it and this shit, like the ashes go to falling off, it's just so much easier to just lay it in the shell and let it go ahead and do its thing with the smoke. But I'm going to cleanse the dowsing rods with them, with the sage smoke. Whenever you're cleansing a spiritual tool, you have to be setting your intention. And what I mean by setting your intention is thinking about and feeling why. What is the reason why you are doing this? What is the reason behind it? You need to really feel that. So if you want to remove the negative energy and the negative vibrations that may be attached to a spiritual tool that you are going to use, even if it's not negative energy, it's just pretty much spiritual tools are like sponges, okay? And they absorb energy. You see the same way that a sponge absorbs water, and that sponge can carry only a certain amount until like it starts leaking and dripping out. That's how spiritual tools are too, because when I am giving people readings and it's multiple energy that is being absorbed into this spiritual tool, it needs to be cleansed. If not, then things can start getting like mixed, and the energy from this last person is still on the item, and spirit is getting all a little confused and shit. You know what I mean? So you just have to make sure, you know, that you are cleansing these items. I don't care if they're tarot cards, oracle cards, a pendulum, anything that you're using for spiritual purposes should be cleansed, okay? A candle, if you go get a candle and you're going to burn your candle, make sure that you cleanse it. And you can use the smoke from a smudge stick. You can use the smoke. I just have mine inside of the shell. And you can use it to cleanse your item. You just want to use the smoke, and you set your intention by speaking what it is that you're doing it for. What is the purpose? Yes, you can say it inside of your mind as well if you don't want everyone in your business. But if you are alone or if you feel comfortable, then you can speak it out loud, because even the sound of our voice carries a frequency and a vibration. So you can say it, of course you can say it inside of your mind, but you can also say it out loud. I like to say something like, I remove all negative energy, I remove all negative vibrations, I remove all low vibrational energy and entities. And, you know, pretty much like saying stuff like, I release the energy that do not belong to these dowsing rods to be returned back to whom it belongs, okay? You want to speak something of that nature. No, you do not need to say the exact same thing in the same exact way. Whatever spirit leads you to say is what you should say. And when it comes to anything spiritual, you have to do what resonates with you. Everything does not resonate with everyone, okay? Because we are literally having our own spiritual path in our own spiritual journey. So everything is not going to resonate with you. Not every single thing. And if it doesn't, that's absolutely fine. But if it does, then just be open to receiving it, because that's what you're here for. I may say, yeah, you can cleanse it with sage smoke, but your spirit team may say, we want you to use an incense. We want you to use Palo Santo. We want you to use a powder incense, the smoke from that. We want you to use a cigar. So that's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. Okay, so guys, what we're going to do, we're going to actually do some yes or no question with my dowsing rods. I have not used these in a while, so I'm actually very excited to use them tonight. So this is actually in the pendulum family. You guys know my normal pendulum that I use, which is a crystal that is attached to a chain that swings back and forth. The dowsing rods work in a very similar fashion, okay? These are made out of copper, and they are copper rods that are controlled by spirit. They move in different directions to signify yes or no. And they are both inside of a copper tube, which is very loose. You see how this wire just is loose inside of it? And the ends are loose also. So this is just the handle for me to hold so that spirit can move these in different directions to show us yes or no. And I really, really love these. I love these so much. Okay, so now that I have cleansed them with the sage smoke, we can start asking them some questions. And you guys remember when I first got them, because this was a birthday gift that I got for myself around my birthday. So not around my birthday, shit. I got it right before my birthday, but it was a birthday gift, one of many gifts that I gave myself per usual, you know. So yes, and yes, you should be buying yourself birthday gifts. You don't have to worry about anybody else doing that. Make yourself happy first and foremost, because if not, you may be disappointed by these humans walking this earth, okay? So buy yourself plenty of gifts, birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, all of that good shit. Oh shit. Listen, they're already ready to go. It's like they are on go. So I like to ask my dowsing rods test questions the same way I do with the pendulum. So Lana says, hello, hola, hey Lana. So this is the neutral position. When you just see them like straight ahead, you know, they move a little bit, but not too much, because see, these dowsing rods are like full of fucking energy. And they want to talk, and spirit controls them. I just hold them and I let them do their thing. So I like to start off by asking it questions like, can you please show us your yes? So when I ask to see yes, it crosses over in the front. That means yes. Whenever it crosses over in the front. Show us again, please. That means yes. Okay, back to the neutral position. Can you please show us your no? So no is when it opens up backwards. This is no. This is no when it opens up backwards. Okay. So then I asked it questions like, are you completely cleansed? And it crosses in the front to say yes. Thank you. Okay. Are you charged? Okay, they say yes. And also, by the way, guys, if you haven't noticed, tonight is a full moon. So if you do have any spiritual tools, definitely make sure that you sit them outside if you can. Not if it's snowing, though. If you cannot, then definitely put them on your windowsill near a window where you can get some direct moonlight, but so that they can recharge in the full moonlight energy, because that's how you recharge your crystals, your tarot cards, any type of spiritual item that you use. So Brianna says, that is pretty cool. Brianna, I love these. I love these so much. Okay, so Spirit says, yes, the dowsing rods are charged. Yes, they are cleansed. Okay. So the next question is, do you want to answer questions truthfully and honestly for my clients this evening? Spirit says yes. Okay. So now that we got that out the way, because I asked Spirit, the first thing I asked it every single day at the start of the day when I first use these, I asked the spiritual tool these questions. Number one, show me your yes. Number two, show me your no, because different spirits can move it in different directions. If another spirit, you know, but I don't think with these dowsing rods, my spirit team that's with these rods, I don't think they're going to be changing the direction. But just in case, I always ask every day, like, show me your yes, show me your no. Are you charged? Are you cleansed? Because if it's not cleansed, remember how we said spiritual tools absorb energy? If it's not cleansed, then it's not going to function as properly as it should. And I asked it, are you charged for the same exact reason? Because if it's not charged, then it's not going to function as well as we need it to. So I'm not going to be able to use it. So once Spirit says yes, 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 and yes, then I ask it some test questions that are obvious questions about myself. Like, for instance, am I wearing prescription eyeglasses right now? Spirit says yes. Of course I am, because I cannot see, y'all. I'm supposed to be wearing glasses 24/7, but anywho, um, do I have red nail polish on my nails? Spirit says yes, which you can see I do, even though I need to get them redone, but don't worry about that. That's not what we're here for anyways. Okay, am I wearing a yellow sweater right now? So it goes backwards. Spirit says no, I'm not wearing a yellow sweater. Thank you. Okay, so once again, can you show us your yes? See, when it crosses like that, that's a yes. Thank you. Can you show us your no? So when it opens up, that means no. And it's so funny because when I first got these, they were going so slow. I was like, come on, speed it up, speed it up. Okay, do I have blue hair in my head right now? Spirit says yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And don't forget to share this video if you have a yes or no question. And you guys can start typing your yes or no questions down below while I'm giving you these examples. And as I see them, I will respond. And you can also feel free to join my live too. Okay, so sometimes I like to have a little bit of fun with my dowsing rod. So I'll tell it, can you please make this one move back and forth? So when I tell Spirit, make this one move back and forth, you see how that happens? While this one is remaining in the neutral position. Thank you. Back to the neutral position, please. Okay, can I have this one move back and forth now? You see, guys? So that's how this works. Do I have a necklace on right now? Okay, do I have purple hair in right now? So when you see it cross each other like that, that's yes. Show us what no is. Go back, wait, go back to the neutral position first. Now can you show us what no is? So no is when it opens up and it goes backwards. But yes, these are my dowsing rods and they answer yes or no questions. They are controlled by Spirit. So drop your yes or no questions down below if you've already shared and we can get started. Let's get it started. Y'all remember that song? Do you guys remember that song? And I don't even see any yes or no questions right now. I don't see any yes or no questions. So since I don't have any yes or no questions, I will be back. And I'm just going to go over to Instagram and see what's going on Instagram. And you're welcome to join me, but I don't see any yes or no questions. So I'm just going to assume that you don't have any. But I'm going to go over to Instagram and you can come over and join me over there if you like.